Hey, yo, what's up? So haven't been on YouTube in a while, so I got a lot to say in this video, and hopefully I can make it somewhat flowy, and if not, oh well. So we all know that in The Matrix, Neo's expiration date is 9/11/2001. Okay, and that movie was filmed in 1998, and if you think that's just coincidence, then just turn off your video and then, turn off your brain as well. Not that it was already on. Sorry. And Agent Smith's license plate is IS 5416. Okay? What does that stand for? Isaiah 54:16, which says, "Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire." Okay? Now you can say the directors just did that because it was convenient and symbolic. That's fine. But you can't say the directors put in 9/11/2001 accidentally without having known something about it prior. I'm not saying, well, actually, I am saying that. They know everything and we're just being fed fucking lies. So, I'm not right wing, I'm just pro gun and pro capitalism. Right wingers, they start drug wars and they interpret the Bible completely incorrectly. But these days, it's a lot easier to talk shit about the left wing, honestly, because you can't spread love and hate. You can't spread love and tolerance by hating those you can't tolerate. Part of tolerance is tolerating people you don't like. That's kind of the definition of the word. So if you went up to a Muslim and said there's many genders and you're a fascist if you don't believe that, well, you know, that's inhibiting their freedom of religion, okay? We all have freedom of religion and freedom of speech. And so when the left wing wants to start saying things are banned because you shouldn't believe them, that's a form of fascism. And they just so happen to want to disarm everyone and think that governments could always be there and no shootings will happen if you take guns away from law-abiding people, which is kind of dumb, statistically. Um, it's just like also like punks, people who are supposed to hate everything. Like in the 1980s, punks were all like fuck all government. But in 2019, punks vote Democrat. So how rebellious are you if you're falling into the system? Okay? They want you to think that right wing is the bad guy and blue is, left wing is the good guy. You really think the system is on your side, okay? For those reasons, just because you hate Trump as a person means you should hate all right wing ideas. Trump wants to end the federal ban on pot, and he wants to legalize homosexuality everywhere. The only anti-gay law he made was not having transgenders in the military, and I don't agree with that. But other than that, he's not really a fucking fascist, okay? Fascism is socialism, gun control, and banning speech, which is the left's current goal right now, okay? And it's really sad. But I don't vote, okay? I live in Texas or whatever, so I like my gun rights, but I hate their weed laws. Go away. These fucking animals, so annoying. When you start talking, they get all like, "Oh, what you doing?" Like, I'm not talking to you. That's what I'm doing. Trust me, I get it. Dems think that banning guns, putting everyone on welfare, and open borders is the nice thing to do. But Republicans know that banning guns increases violence, since bad guys by definition don't obey the law. Welfare keeps people poor because it sets a bar to how much income you can have so you can never rise above it. And of course, open borders increases crime as well. 1/3 of the women who try and cross the border illegally are raped. That's either one busy rapist, or maybe not everyone is a good guy just because they're from a different country. That's like a completely retarded mentality to have. If you didn't want to do the background check to come in the country, like just because you're in a rush, like just do it the legal way. And then, but then again, the left can't distinguish between immigrant and illegal immigrant, just like they can't distinguish between machine gun and AR-15, because those aren't the same thing. But it's all good. I don't care. It's just the end times. But here's where your social justice warrior, tactics can backfire. for instance, transgenders in sports. How is it that all the guys who turned into girls are beating all the girls who were born girls in sports? It's like if you say that's not fair, then you're transphobic. So where's your feminism now, y'all? All y'all women. Are y'all going to stand up for women's rights? Or just let these guys who identify as women keep beating you at sports? Like, I don't care. They can do whatever they want. Just don't tell me it's a fair game. Because biology and science, which the left also seem to hate, even though they say the right wing hates science, which they do too in their own way. But you can't say X chromosomes and XY chromosomes are the same. Because that's propaganda. And it's really, it's not supposed to be interpreted. You can be gay or whatever, you can have feminine characteristics, but you have a penis. And men don't have estrogen. You can take pills, blah, blah, blah. It's okay, my sister's gay. We get into arguments all the time. Well, not all the time. I just say what I believe and she doesn't agree. We have a mutual disagreement going on. But she knows I'm not like some kind of Nazi fascist, because guess what? I grew up Jewish. And speaking of which, what is right-wing about Nazism? Nazis are fucking fascists and racists and hated. They wanted to take all the guns, like the left wing. They want to burn books, just like the left wing want to ban ideas. And they want socialism, everyone on a fixed income, so you can't progress. In what way is any of that right wing? It's sadly left wing. I mean, that's the only way I can put it. You know, it's all good. Let's see. So I guess here's the liberal utopia, okay? You can accept all genders, except men, of course. Unless you transitioned or are a beta male, then you're okay. Liberals accept all races, except whites, unless you're a female. And liberals accept all religions, except Christians, unless you're black. So there can't be all these double standards with every single fucking doctrine you want to promote. Okay? It's really not healthy to only say certain people have privilege and others don't. Affirmative action, for instance, that's a racist law. All the blacks getting into school for free, that's fine, but why not accept all the Asians getting into school not for free, who have to work their ass off and actually statistically get A's, even more than whites? How is there a double standard? Are all Asians not poor? And another thing, are you assuming all black people are poor? Because that sounds like racism to me, to assume a race is something. That's the definition of racism. Okay? So affirmative action means we have to hire based on what you look like and not your credentials. And, you know, some jobs, I don't know if you knew this, but people's lives are at stake during some jobs. Do you want someone who is hired because of their race or because of their credentials? Okay, we're just falling into this new world order, basically. It's all end time shit. But it's okay, because we have to stop gun violence and misogyny, right? But in the same breath, the media promotes Lil Uzi Vert and gangster rap. It's just like, which one is it, y'all? Can you have toxic masculinity if you're black? Is it not evil anymore? I mean, the sad part is my liberal mom didn't know machine guns are already banned. She thought an AR-15 was a machine gun. My grandma didn't know Che Guevara, was a racist homophobe. So I told her, because she had a little pin. It's like, oh, you know he's a racist homophobe? She's like, no, I didn't know that. Of course you did. And my sister actually didn't even know who the fuck America fought during the revolution, but that's a whole other thing. You know? So you can't say that there's no such thing as gender in the same breath as saying get rid of toxic masculinity, in the same breath as saying make tougher, more masculine roles for females. Which one is it? Make tougher masculine roles for girls to be the good guys and, you know, fight the bad guys, or is there no such thing as gender? Which one is it? Y'all don't even know. You just want to hurt who you think is a bad guy, and that's really, I don't know, infantile fucking point of view. That's cool. So anyway, like, this is just like my political fucking video. I'll do some spiritual stuff in my next video, okay? Like honestly, there's not really a rise in hate. There's just more cell phones for people to record hate, and so the news reports it more. So you think there's more just because there's more reports of it. Imagine if people had fucking cell phones in the 1930s in Mississippi, you know, with KKK, who the Democrats invented, by the way. Like there's a huge hate. There's so many more racists in the 30s than in 2019. But fucking fake news wants you to have enemies, wants you to judge people by their race, and wants you to assume that white people are racist inherently and that they have white privilege. I'm a college fucking dropout. The place where I work has so many black women who probably did graduate college. It's ridiculous. So how am I having white privilege? Because people don't stare at me or something? Because I'm white or whatever? I'm actually a quarter Hawaiian, so I can register as Pacific Islander if I wanted to. But I don't really believe in that kind of stuff. I think we should judge people by the content of their character. But then again, MLK was a Republican who hated abortion and had guns. So I don't really know why they keep spouting MLK, you know, for stuff like that. Let's see. I mean, I don't judge you by your race, your religion, or your gender. I judge you by your astrological birth chart. Oh, and how you treat other people. I mean, that's just me, though. Let's see. Oh yeah, and it's also hilarious when the left wants to like ban Christmas decorations because they hate Christians. Good thing Christmas is pagan and not Christian at all. But that's okay. That's a totally different point. So the enemy of truth is emotion. Did y'all know that? So that's why the system is promoting being offended all the time, because it hides, it stops the part of your brain that makes you want to stop and investigate. You know, if you want to just be offended all fucking day, that's fine. But there's no law saying you can't offend other people. In fact, the very first fucking amendment is freedom of speech and freedom of religion. Okay? It's not ban speech if it offends you, and it's not you have to call me by whatever gender I want to, because people can say whatever the fuck they want, and you cannot force them to say something else. And Canada's Bill C-16 does precisely that. So all the extreme Muslims who live in Canada have to say he or she according to whatever the fuck whim that person's gender was that week. Do you think that's right? I mean, yeah, you hear about it all the time. Christians won't do transgender stuff. Well, think about Muslims, okay? Do you not think they also have freedom of speech? Do all Muslims believe that there are a million genders? No, they don't. Nor do they have to. Okay? That's fine. It's all good. It's just a new world order. And speaking of guns, like, here's a statistic. If you really want to save lives, right, you should ask yourself one question. How many illegal gun crimes were committed by people already barred from possessing a firearm versus gun crimes committed by law-abiding citizens who just flipped out? Okay? And the statistics show that most gun homicides are done by people who were illegally barred already from a gun. So your fucking laws didn't stop that person, and another law is not going to stop the next person. Okay? So by saving lives, you need to not do gun control and actually put a sign that says guns are allowed. Because the good guys who carry a gun, like me, are going to stop the bad guys who didn't care about your fucking no gun sign anyway. But it's okay. You can trust cops, even though the Second Amendment was specifically designed to stop corrupt government, which are cops, if you didn't know that. But that's fine. It's all good. So okay, calling out toxic masculinity, that's empowering, right? But girls portraying toxic masculinity in movies is also empowering, apparently. Does that make sense? But when you call out girls for promoting toxic masculinity, then you're sexist. And if you call out gangster rap for promoting toxic masculinity, you're racist. So it's like, even when I agree with the liberals, I'm still wrong for it somehow. Because they don't have any fucking foundation. They just want to stop the white Christian men. And that's fine. Okay? Sex and race, doesn't exist, but I hate white Christian men. You can't say all these things in the same breath. It's just sad. And with the whole capitalist American thing and big business and all that, capitalism can lead to corruption and the 1%, obviously. I'm not denying that. But guess what? Socialism is an absolute that it will lead to corruption. Okay? I mean, socialism is not the answer to this false capitalism America has. America is not a true capitalist nation. It's a corpocracy. And America is not a democracy where the masses can vote away all your rights. It's a republic. And if you want to Google that some fucking day, republic means you have certain inalienable rights that cannot be voted away because 20 people are stupider than the one guy who's read a book. Thank fuck for that. But all day you hear Democrats saying America is a democracy. That's wrong. AR-15s are not a machine gun. That's wrong. I mean, it's just on and on and on and on. Gun control does not stop crime. It only stops law-abiding people from preventing the crime. Okay? Good, cool with that? I mean, millennials, they grew up with the false capitalism. So no wonder they're skeptical of any capitalism and dive quickly into communist financial non-independence. That's fine. Good for y'all. I mean, today's battle is really a fight between personal beliefs and religious beliefs. In short, personal beliefs. So your right to be gay or identify as whatever you want does not trump someone else's right to not think you have multiple genders. I think it's fine. I'll call you by whatever you want, but I'm saying you cannot force Muslims to do it, and you cannot force other people to do it. And hey, maybe there's some atheists who don't even believe in it as well, and that's fine. Of course there are. So if you want to start being a speech police, then y'all need to fucking reread 1984. If you want to read anything ever again instead of just get your fucking information from a television set or YouTube. It's just really sad. Anyway, that's my political kind of video. I don't vote, remember. I'm just saying don't be quick to judge what a Republican is or what a gun owner is or what capitalism is or what welfare and gun control. Like, it's all, you need to study stuff before you have Don fucking Lemons tell you everything you believe. If you happen to agree with CNN on every single thing, then that's really sad. It's all fake news. Fox is fake news. They're all suppressing everything. And that's fine because it's the New World Order, just preparing itself for you to be fucking brainwashed. And that is a part of my spiritual beliefs, and I can believe it all day. Oh, and post thousands of videos with evidence. And by the way, the Groxt, his other channel, screwed up again. So now he's had the Groxt 1, the Groxt 2, and now the Groxt Alpha Omega. I mean, they know he's right, so they just fuck with him and take off his channel. People like me are just like, yep, confirmed once again. But anyway, y'all have a good one. My next one will be more positive and about astrotheology and how the Bible is actually astrological. Take it easy.